Today we'll be doing something easy and fun, spicy meatballs. You're watching the Bear Pantry Show.
You're watching Bear Pantry Show.
Here are the ingredients that we're gonna need. It's not a whole lot, okay? Take a look. This is 1 pound of ground beef. This is like a half of carrot grated. This is a half of an onion, 1 egg, and 4 little teeny weeny yellow peppers, and some salt and pepper, and a jar of spaghetti sauce. Any brand that you like will do, okay? So first of all, I've preheated the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So let's get started. I've got the ground beef here and I just kind of loosen it up with my fingers. This is my rule of thumb when it comes to salt and pepper. So it's according to your taste, right? But you really can't taste these meatballs because they're going to be cooked before you taste them. So what I do, kind of flatten out the meat and I sprinkle some salt on that side. I sprinkle some black pepper on that side. And then I kind of flip it over as much as I can. And I do the same thing again. And usually you'll get enough salt and pepper in whatever you're making that it won't be like underwhelming. Is that the word I'm looking for? So then I've got my onions here and I've chopped them as fine as I can go. Of course they can be finer. And you don't have to put onions if you don't like onions. You can put a little bit of shredded zucchini. You can put cheese. There's a whole bunch of stuff you could put. I'm putting the carrots because I really like the taste. You don't really see the carrots inside the meatballs when it's done cooking, but I really like the taste of the carrots. Of course, us being Belizeans, I have to put some pepper, and I'm not putting a whole lot, okay? So this is gonna be okay for you, even if you have a little bit of a mild palate. And I'm gonna kind of lightly beat my egg, put it in there. And this is a little bit of ground beef, okay? So you don't want to put more than the 1 egg. And I'm not going to do any breadcrumbs. Of course, you can do breadcrumbs if you so desire, but I'm not doing any breadcrumbs. I'm just doing the egg. We're just kind of mixing in, or working in, I should say, everything as good as we can. And I took my wedding ring off because I don't want this ground beef to get it all icky. I keep losing that ring. Every time I take it off, I set it down somewhere and it goes missing. And it's my ring that Joe gave me on our 25th anniversary 2 years ago. And so basically I better stop losing it, right? I always find it though. But my son says he'll put a ring holder right here on the counter for me. See, it's working really, really well. And of course the onions could have always been finer. Is that a word? More fine. Anyways, that's done. No hard thing to this. I've got somewhat of a baking dish, and it can be Pyrex, Anchor, whatever brand you have, but as long as it can go in the oven. And I've got this size because I already made yesterday with like a square one, and I know it's all gonna fit. And I'm just picking up. I always measure my balls like the size of a Jack's ball, and so see, it's like the size of a Jack's ball, right? And we put it in there. And the main thing that we have to do, this is gonna be really easy, guys, is just make sure that they're side by side but not stacked on top of each other, okay? Because these are gonna go in the oven. These are gonna be such easy meatballs. You can do this for lunch. You know, if you're hungry for lunch right now, 50 minutes later, you're gonna have the meatballs. If you don't have the same ingredients that I have to put inside, put other things. You can put spinach. You can put, like I said, zucchini. You can put anything that you like inside of the meatballs, you know? So a lot of people put cheese. I love cheese, but I always tell you guys, cheese doesn't love me. So I have to be very careful with how much I eat, but I absolutely love cheese. I'd go to a cheese tasting any day before I go to a wine tasting. So I'll be back when I get these all rolled off and set here in the tray, or the baking dish. Then I'll show you what we do next. Alright, so here we are. That didn't even take like 3 minutes, so just roll them all off, and we could have fit a little bit more in this container too, so but this is right at about 1 pound of the ground beef. So what I'm going to do is just pour our jar of spaghetti sauce, and that's why I say pick the flavor you like. If you like the one with mushrooms, the one with meat, the one without meat, you know, one brand versus the other brand, and empty it all out. put a little bit of water in our jar to rinse it out. Partly because we want a little bit more liquid, and partly because we're Belizeans and we know how to not waste anything, okay? So pour that water all over it. It's pretty much done, because all we have to do now is put it in the oven and bake it for about 50 minutes. So I'll be back in 50 minutes to show you guys the finished product. It's right at about 50 minutes. Doesn't that look yummy? I'm gonna get it out and then serve it with a side dish. Alright, so take a look at our finished product. See how gorgeous? And the meatballs are perfectly round. It's not like when you're messing with it on the stovetop and then you start messing around and it starts falling apart on you. It doesn't fall apart. Just gorgeous. 50 minutes. Promise you 50 minutes and you have this wonderful, wonderful, it's a meal. It's actually a meal, lunch, dinner, whatever. And so, look at my platter. I made some mashed potatoes to go with it. I'm going to eat a salad, don't worry. But I just want to taste the meatballs, alright? So, and I didn't put a lot of sauce on my plate because, you know, sometimes the sauce is not good for you. So I didn't put a whole lot of sauce, but, you know, at least I still have some of the remnants, right? This is so good. Let me see if I can get closer. Show you guys the inside. Okay, so see a little piece of the carrot right there? But you'll never notice it. It gives it just that nice little sweet to it. And you have the hot from the pepper. And you know what? I've decided I'm going to start rating things on my own scale. You know how they rate peppers on the Scoville scale? The hottest pepper right now is the Scorpion. And it used to be the Bahut Jolokia. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly. And once upon a time it was habanero. Well, now it's the Scorpion pepper from Trinidad that's the hottest. So I'm going to have my own Scoville scale, okay? And I'm going to rate things according to hot Cheetos or not hot Cheetos. Everybody knows what a hot Cheeto is, right? Well, this is less hot than a hot Cheeto, okay? So if you can tolerate hot Cheetos, you're good. So this is like, I'd say a good 3 levels beneath a hot Cheeto. And the hottest that I can tolerate is hot Cheeto. So that's why I'm using that as my scale. My kids will laugh at me because Jory started eating like hot Cheetos at age 5 in kindergarten. So you know they can eat hot, alright? Anyways, this is good. I can't wait to dive into this. I'm doing some of the spicy mashed potatoes that Jada taught us how to make the other day. And I'm going to get a garden salad. And this is going to be my early dinner. And I want to thank you guys for watching the show. Please share the show with your friends and family for me. If you like the video, hit like. Try this. I promise you're going to like it. We're going to try other things in the future with meatballs. Because now that I know how to make them in the oven and they come out so awesome, I want to try a lot more different things, okay? Until I see you guys again, take care. Please check out my review channel right here on YouTube. It's called Bear Pantry Talk. Also, check out my vlog channel. It's called Babs Bear Talk.